My fiancée told her bridesmaids, I'm only marrying him for the green card. She didn't know I spoke Portuguese. I said, congrats on the engagement in perfect Portuguese. Then I called immigration. Her deportation letter arrived 2 weeks before the wedding. I, 29 male, met Beatriz, 26, at a coffee shop near the university where I worked as an IT administrator. She was stunning, long dark hair, these incredible green eyes, and a laugh that made everyone in the room turn around. Her student visa was expiring in 6 months, and she mentioned it casually on our third date. I'll figure something out, she'd said with that carefree shrug I found so charming. Maybe find a job sponsor, or go back home for a while. We dated for 8 months. I fell hard. She moved into my apartment after 4 months when her roommate situation fell through. Everything felt perfect. When I proposed at her favorite restaurant, she cried. Real tears. Or at least I thought they were real. The wedding planning started immediately. Beatriz wanted a big celebration, 150 guests, country club venue, the works. Her excitement seemed genuine. She'd stay up late making Pinterest boards, dragging me to cake tastings, gushing about flower arrangements. Her parents were flying in from her home country. My parents were thrilled. I'd been learning Portuguese for 3 months as a surprise for the wedding. Downloaded apps, took online classes during lunch breaks. I wanted to say my vows in her language. Romantic, right? I kept it secret, practicing with headphones while she slept. 2 months before the wedding, Beatriz's bridesmaids threw her a bachelorette party at our apartment while I was supposed to be at my buddy's place for the night. But Jake got food poisoning, so I came home early, real quietly because I didn't want to crash their party. I heard them before I saw them, all speaking Portuguese in the living room. And then I heard my name. Beatriz was talking, her voice different than I'd ever heard it. Harder, calculating. Estou apenas me casando com ele pelo green card. Assim que conseguir a residência permanente, vou pedir o divórcio. Talvez em 2 anos. Já conversei com advogado. Translation: I'm only marrying him for the green card. Once I get permanent residency, I'll file for divorce. Maybe in 2 years. I already talked to a lawyer. Her friend Camila laughed. E ele não suspeita de nada? And he doesn't suspect anything? Ele é patético. Acha que estou apaixonada. Até finjo gostar quando ele me toca. He's pathetic. Thinks I'm in love. I even pretend to like it when he touches me. They all laughed. My chest felt like someone had reached in and squeezed everything vital. More gems followed. She had a boyfriend back home named Rafael. She sent him money every month, my money from our shared expenses. The wedding was just a performance. She called me useful but boring. Her parents knew everything and were in on it. I stood in the hallway for maybe 5 minutes just processing. Then I walked into the living room. Boa noite, senhoras. Parabéns pelo noivado, Beatriz. The silence was deafening. Beatriz went white. Like, actually white. You speak Portuguese? Surpresa para o casamento. Mas acho que não vai mais haver casamento. Surprise for the wedding. But I guess there won't be a wedding anymore. I went to the bedroom, packed a bag and left. Beatriz followed me, switching between Portuguese and English, trying to explain, backtrack, gaslight. You misunderstood. It was a joke. I was just telling them what they wanted to hear. I said nothing, just left. That night, I stayed at a hotel and did my research. Immigration fraud is a federal crime. Marriage fraud specifically, up to 5 years in prison and $250,000 in fines, plus immediate deportation and a permanent ban from the US. I had evidence. Text messages where she discussed her visa situation. Bank records showing money transfers to Rafael. The recorded confession. Yes, I went back and grabbed my laptop, which had been recording. I'd been testing new security software that activated with motion detection. Monday morning, I did 3 things. 1, called ICE's fraud hotline. 2, contacted the venue to cancel everything. Lost deposits but worth it. 3, texted Beatriz. Your things will be in boxes outside my door at 3 p.m. Don't contact me again. The explosion was immediate. Update 1. Holy hell, the entitlement is unreal. So after I texted Beatriz about her stuff, she went nuclear. But not how you'd expect. She didn't apologize or beg. She got angry. At me. Her first move? She showed up at my work with her friend Camila and made a scene in the lobby. How dare you? She actually screamed this in front of my coworkers. You promised to marry me. I turned down other opportunities for you. Security had to escort her out. She threw a coffee at the glass door. It was 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. My boss watched the whole thing from the elevator. Then came the text barrage from various numbers. You're ruining my life over a misunderstanding. I have rights. We live together. My lawyer says you have to sponsor me since you promised. Raphael means nothing. You're the one I chose. I'll sue you for emotional damages. My parents already paid for plane tickets. You owe me a green card. That last one. She actually wrote that, you owe me a green card. But the real escalation came Wednesday. I got a call from my mom. Beatriz had gone to my parents' house, crying, with a fake pregnancy test. My mom called me panicking. She says she's pregnant. You can't abandon your child. Mom, we haven't had sex in 2 months. She said she had a medical issue. Silence. Then that lying little, I'm calling the police. Beatriz was trespassed from my parents' property. But she wasn't done. Thursday, I got a call from HR. Beatriz had called them claiming I was sexually harassing her and threatening her with deportation if she didn't marry me. She'd twisted the entire story. Thank God I'd already given HR a heads up about the situation. They'd seen the lobby incident. They knew she was lying. But the audacity? Insane. That afternoon, immigration called me. They'd received my report and wanted to meet. The agent I spoke with was very interested in the recording. Apparently, they'd been watching Beatriz already. She wasn't the first American she'd dated. There were 2 others before me who'd reported similar situations after the fact. She's running a pattern, the agent told me. This is organized fraud. Friday came with another surprise. Raphael? Yeah, he's not just some boyfriend. He's her husband. They got married 3 years ago, never divorced. I found this out because Beatriz's mom called me, not to apologize, to negotiate. Beatriz makes mistakes, she said in broken English. But you promised to help our family. We already told everyone about the wedding. This is embarrassing. Your daughter is married to someone else. That's just paperwork. Real love is what matters. She doesn't love me, she said so, in Portuguese, which I speak. You tricked her. You're a snake. I hung up. Saturday was quiet, too quiet. Then Sunday happened. I woke up to 47 notifications. Beatriz had posted on every social media platform. My racist ex-fiancé is trying to get me deported because I spoke my native language at my bachelorette party. He's threatened my family and stalked me. Please help. I just wanted the American dream. She'd tagged my employer, my parents' business pages, my siblings, everyone. The comments were brutal. People who didn't know the story were calling me every name imaginable. So I posted the recording. With subtitles. The narrative shifted immediately. Her post disappeared within an hour. But screenshots were already everywhere. Then Monday came, the day that broke her. Update 2. Immigration moves fast when they want to. Monday morning, ICE showed up at Beatriz's friend's apartment where she'd been staying. Camila called me screaming that it was my fault her friend was being kidnapped by fascists. She committed fraud, Camila. Everyone does it. You're just bitter. Everyone commits federal crimes? You know what I mean. No, actually I don't. She cursed me out in Portuguese and hung up. But here's where Beatriz's entitlement reached new heights. From the detention center, she called me collect. I accepted out of pure curiosity. You won, she said, voice flat. Happy? You did this to yourself. I did what I had to do to survive. You had options, legal ones. Easy for you to say, you were born here. That doesn't entitle you to commit fraud. And then she said something that still makes my blood boil. I gave you 8 months of my life. I deserved compensation. Compensation. Like dating me was a job. Like her lies were billable hours. You're getting deported, Beatriz. Raphael won't take me back. You've ruined everything. Sounds like a you problem. She screamed something in Portuguese and the line went dead. Tuesday brought a new player. Beatriz's actual immigration lawyer. Not some friend pretending, but a real attorney named Morrison who specialized in immigration cases. He wanted to meet. I agreed, mostly out of curiosity. He tried every angle. She's young and made a mistake. Deportation is extremely harsh for a non-violent crime. You could write a letter saying you misunderstood. She's willing to sign any agreement you want. Any agreement? His eyes lit up. Yes. Anything. How about an agreement where she admits to federal fraud? His face fell. That's not. Exactly. We're done here. Wednesday, Beatrice's mom called again, this time with a financial offer. We will pay you $10,000 to say you lied. That's bribery. It's compensation for your trouble. The trouble your daughter caused by committing fraud? She loved you, in her way. Her way included having a husband in another country. Raphael is not important. He's literally her legal husband. We will pay $15,000. Lady, stop trying to bribe me before I report this too. She hung up screaming about how Americans are heartless. Thursday was court day. Immigration court is nothing like TV. It's quick, efficient, and brutal. Beatrice tried to claim she was coerced into the marriage by me. The judge asked for evidence. She had none. I had everything. The recording played in court. Beatrice's lawyer actually winced. The judge's expression didn't change, but his tone got colder. Mrs. Santos, you're currently married to Rafael Santos in your home country, correct? It's complicated. It's a yes or no question. Yes. So you attempted to enter into a fraudulent marriage while already married? I was going to divorce him. When? After I got my green card. Her lawyer put his head in his hands. She just admitted to planning fraud in court. The decision was immediate. Deportation within 30 days. 10-year ban from re-entry. Potential prosecution if she ever attempts to return. Beatrice lost it. Not sad crying, rage screaming, had to be escorted out, but not before making eye contact with me and saying in perfect English, "You destroyed my life over nothing. I hope you never find love." Already did, I replied, with someone who actually exists. Friday, the aftermath started. Beatrice's friends began reaching out, some to curse me, some to apologize for not knowing, and one, Lucia, to tell me something disturbing. This wasn't her first time. Lucia said over coffee. She did this in Canada 2 years ago. The guy found out before the wedding too. She laughed about how stupid these lonely Americans and Canadians were. Why didn't you say anything? I tried. I told her this was wrong. She cut me off until she needed bridesmaids. I only agreed to come to warn you, but I was scared. Scared of what? Raphael isn't just her husband. He's connected to some bad people back home. The money she sends, it's not for love. It's protection money. She owes them. My blood ran cold. Are you saying? I'm saying be careful and maybe get some security cameras. I did. That night. Update 3. The deportation was set for a Tuesday. The Thursday before, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Raphael. His English was perfect, which surprised me. You're the American who ruined my wife's plan. Your wife ruined her own plan. You don't understand the situation. I understand she committed fraud. She owes people here. Without the American money, there will be consequences. That's not my problem. It could become your problem. Are you threatening me? I'm explaining reality. These people don't care about borders. I hung up and called the FBI. Yes, the actual FBI. They took it seriously. Turns out Beatrice wasn't just committing marriage fraud. She was part of a larger operation. The money she was sending back, it was going to a crime syndicate that specialized in immigration fraud. The FBI wanted everything I had. Every text, every recording, every bank record. They were building a bigger case. Saturday, Beatrice called again from detention. This time she was different, broken. They know I failed, she said quietly. Raphael told them. Who's they? You don't want to know. The FBI does. Silence. Then, you told the FBI? You had your husband threaten me. What did you expect? I didn't know he would. I didn't want. She was crying now. Real tears this time. I just wanted a better life. Through fraud. You don't understand poverty. You're right, I don't, but I understand crime. I'm going to prison there, not here, there. You don't know what that means. You should have thought about that before. Have you ever been desperate? Have you ever been honest? She hung up. Sunday was moving day. I decided to relocate anyway. Too many memories in that apartment. As I was loading boxes, Camila showed up. I need to tell you something, she said. No anger this time, just fear. What? Beatrice wasn't the only one. There are 12 girls doing this. It's organized. They have coaches, lawyers, everything. They target specific types of men. What types? Lonely, stable jobs, clean records. Kind. The type who won't dig too deep. Why are you telling me this? Because the FBI came to me. They know I knew. I could be charged too. I need to cooperate. Then cooperate. I am, but I wanted to apologize to you. We laughed at you, but you're the only one who stood up to them. Them? The organization. Most guys just accept the divorce and move on. You fought back. Monday, the day before deportation, Beatrice's parents called one last time. Please, her father said, just tell them you lied. We'll lose everything. You already lost everything when you raised a criminal. She learned from us only survival. She learned fraud. In our country, this is how things work. This isn't your country. Have mercy. I'm not pressing additional charges. He cursed me out and hung up. Tuesday, deportation day. I didn't go to the airport, but Lucia did. She texted me updates. She's in cuffs. Her parents aren't here. She looks defeated. Boarding now. Plane's leaving. It was over. Or so I thought. Final update. The FBI operation made the news 3 weeks after Beatrice was deported. Federal agents break up international marriage fraud ring, 47 arrests made. Beatrice wasn't named, but her recruiter was. A woman named Elena who ran a cultural exchange program that was really a training ground for marriage fraud. They had scripts, backstories, target profiles, everything. The detail that made me sick? They had a success board. Photos of all the American men they'd successfully conned. My photo was on there. Under in progress. 227 men over 5 years. Millions in fraud. Some guys lost everything. Houses, savings, retirement funds. A few attempted suicide after learning the truth. One succeeded. That last fact broke something in me. These weren't just lies. They were destroying lives. I testified for the federal case. So did 12 other men who'd been targeted. Beatrice was charged in absentia with conspiracy to commit fraud. She'll be arrested if she ever tries to enter any country with an extradition treaty. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. Raphael flipped. Turns out he was tired of the scheme too. He'd been forced into it by the syndicate who threatened his family. He provided evidence that led to arrests in 4 countries. Beatrice? She wasn't a mastermind. She was middle management, a cog in a machine that chewed up desperate women and lonely men alike. I got a letter from her last week, not an apology exactly, but something close. You were right to report me. I see that now. Prison here is bad, but at least I'm free from them, from all of it. Raphael divorced me, my parents disowned me, but I'm free. That's something, right? I didn't respond. What was there to say? Camila's cooperating with authorities. She got immunity for testifying. She sends me updates sometimes. Apparently the organization is dismantled, but others are already forming. It's like cutting heads off a hydra. Lucia and I became friends. Actual friends. She introduced me to her cousin Adriana. We've been dating for 2 months. She jokes that at least she knows I can spot a scammer. Her English is perfect. She has her own green card through her job as a nurse, and she thinks the whole story is badass, her word. You saved hundreds of guys from this, she said over dinner last week. I just saved myself. Same thing, multiplied. The house proceeds from the sale. I donated half to a charity that helps trafficking victims. Felt right somehow. The other half went to buying a new place. Fresh start. My parents still bring it up sometimes. Mom calls it the Beatrice incident, like it's a historical event. Dad just shakes his head and mutters about that witch. My company gave me a raise after everything settled. Turns out having an employee who helped bust an international crime ring is good PR. Who knew? The last update? Yesterday, the main prosecutor called. They're using my case as a template for training immigration officers on marriage fraud detection. They want me to speak at a conference. I said yes. If one guy avoids this nightmare because of my story, it's worth it. To anyone reading this who thinks they might be in a similar situation, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Love doesn't come with convenient timing related to visa expirations. Real partners don't have secret husbands in other countries. And if you overhear them speaking another language and your name comes up with laughing, maybe it's time to download Duolingo. As for Beatrice, last I heard through the legal grapevine, she's serving 3 years. Raphael's in witness protection. Her parents lost their house, paying for lawyers. The other bridesmaids are all under investigation. And me? I'm good. Better than good. I'm free too. Sometimes the best revenge isn't elaborate. Sometimes it's just having the balls to pick up the phone and report a federal crime. Immigration fraud isn't a joke. It's not what everyone does. It's a serious crime that hurts real people. Beatrice thought she was entitled to a green card just because she put in the time. She thought wrong. Entitlement doesn't trump the law. And tears. Fake or real, don't erase fraud. I learned Portuguese for love. Turned out I needed it for justice instead. Obrigado for reading. That's thank you in Portuguese. I actually use the language now. Adriana's teaching me Brazilian Portuguese different from what Beatriz spoke. She says my accent is adorably terrible. Life's funny that way. You plan one thing, get another, and sometimes the surprise is better than the plan. Cool? Cool.